He forgot she was dead, and where they kept the pins. Only for a moment or two, about the her being dead part, not about the pens part. He can never remember the pens, but he could usually remember the death. Sometimes remembering feels like holding your breath, and he was no longer the young man he once was. He felt as though he had never been, just born a broken old body who could never find anything in his own house. And she had been alive for so long and dead for so short, it simply slipped his mind that she had made the switch. And if only paper was bigger than people, so you don't have to shrink them down when they're too big to keep. Down to sentences and scribbles that always leave behind too much, and then read once and only once before you are shrunk down again even further. Now you can fit inside their heads, as small as a memory. You and your hands carved from soap and all the jokes that you stole, and your secret knowledge of where things are in the house. How he wished he could turn her into a poem. One of those pretty little things like a haiku, though he didn't really know what that was, but it sounded pretty, and they don't give pretty names to things if things aren't pretty themselves. Anyways, he can't write poems. Nor can he paint pictures or put the pretty that she was down on paper that is too small with pens that he can never seem to find. He did not want her to shrink. She was already somewhat small. No, thank you. I do not want a house with coasters in it, nor do I want one with tablecloths and placemats. I want the countertops to be cutting boards and the beds to never be made. And if I must have the word welcome on the front doorstep, I'd like the word imperfections to come before it. And my house will be the one taking care of me. It will have scars and stains like me, and I'll never have to tiptoe. If I died right now, I don't think I'd be very happy about it. I've said some nice things, but not enough nice things. I should have said nice things that compared you to flowers, although you aren't much like one. Not so frail, not so frequent. But if you lived in a pot of water on the windowsill of my house, then yes, I could die right now. I wonder what it's like to live in a van. I wonder how long it would take me to learn German. I wonder what North Carolina is like. I wonder if South Carolina is any better. I wonder how long it would take me to grow roots, to grow weeds, to grow a vegetable garden in the back by the swing. I wonder if I'd be a good father. I wonder if I'll be alone forever. I wonder if it's not that bad. I wonder why home is a mosquito in my ear that I can't seem to catch, or how to turn coffee shop strangers into friends. And I wonder why we care about any of that stuff in the first place. I can only guess. I love sunsets. They're almost as gorgeous as lines at the grocery store. Actually, they're the same thing. Like sometimes, when I look at them, I feel like I'm the only one in the world. Everyone else has gone to sleep and is trying to dream of better things. Like sunsets in other countries, sunsets far away with people who don't have faces yet. And it's all colors and shapes, but the sun is still the same, just like it has always been. Unlike the line at the grocery store. It's never been the same. Not even once. When I was 5 years old, I was the greatest piano player in the world. When I was 6, I learned what wrong notes were and could no longer play the piano. When I was 8, I jumped into a swimming pool and held my breath and wondered if they missed me. 10, I asked Santa for a house with doggy door. 11, I asked God if Santa was real. 14, I asked Dad if God was real. I don't know what age I was when I found out my father wasn't Superman. Even though he could play the piano and hold his breath for a very long time, he can't hold everything. I really love the sound of gravel being crunched under a boot. VHS being rewound is so comforting. People eating popcorn after the trailers end for movies. The sound of my grandfather ripping weeds from her garden. The printer. I love the sound of a printer. It sounds like closure. The sound of my father's voice when it's coming out of my own mouth. The sound of my mother's voice on old home movies. The sound of anyone's in my life's voice, really. I guess except my own. But I guess that's not really for me to love. That's for them to love. And I guess that's why we talk. I'm not happy. I'm not sure it's something you can be. But sometimes I'm standing in it. Feels like standing in the wind, and a bit of happy will comb through me. Remind me that sometimes the world smells good despite it all. Sometimes the world smells good, like green tomatoes. And then the wind goes, I don't know where, maybe over to your house, and it's your turn to touch it, and when it's not with you, it's with me. and let's take turns.